Hello, and welcome back to another brand new movie review. And I'm not kidding when have the title is correct. I honestly think South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is one of the best musicals ever created because it's done by Matt Stone and Trey Parker, two musical theater lovers. I mean, they have done quite an extensive library of work, especially the Book of Mormon, which is a massive popular Broadway show. So they know they're a thing or two about it. So I am a South Park fan. I've always been a South Park fan, but it's only in the past, I don't know, 5, 6 years that I have become more of a where I'll watch it on a regular basis. You know, whenever a new season or new special comes out, I will watch it. And of course, I have played the 2 out of 3 of the video games. I know there's others, but I'm talking about the Stick of Truth, Fractured Butthole. But I have not played Snow Day because I've heard Snow Day isn't all that great. So yeah, South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is, in my opinion, a fantastic musical. The songs on it are just absolutely amazing. Now, granted, there are some songs that I like more than others, such as I really don't like Mountain Town, the opening song. It's okay. Uncle Fucker or Uncle Fucka is a fantastic song. The same way it's Easy MK. Blame Canada is another great one. Carl's Mom's a Bitch is a fantastic one. What Would Brian Boitamo Do? It's not really a good one the same with La Resistance. So there are some hit or miss songs for me, but I love that this came out in the whilst they were doing season 3, and you know looking back at the history of South Park, the fact that they got popular off of Santa versus Jesus, which was a hidden extra, a part of some random sports game that got massively popular, hence why we have South Park now, um, is pretty amazing. And so this was, this takes place in the peak of early South Park. I love the V chip that Cartman gets inserted in to stop cursing as a reflection of this. And a lot of the themes that take place in this film are, they emulate real world stuff, like the fact that the film commission basically tried to get them to constantly change stuff from to the point where I think it got ended up being an R-rated film. If memory serves correct, they done something tricky to get away with that. They left it to a certain point, or they left things in that they didn't originally see, and as well as how the parents react to the Terrence and Philip asses on fire film is exactly how parents reacted, not only when this film came out, but when South Park started up in general. They were blaming the networks for showing it, they were blaming everyone but themselves. And that's what the character journey of Sheila Bravosky goes through in the entire this entire film. She's like, blame Canada. They're the ones who are at fault, not us parents. No, we did nothing wrong. It's them. Those are the ones who are at fault here. To the point where she basically kidnaps Terrence and Philip and are going to publicly execute them, and then that's going to lead to war with Canada. Um, and whilst this is happening, Kenny dies. Shocker, I know. He dies from setting his own farts on fire, and he gets dragged down to hell, which that brings on the B plot, and that B plot being Satan. Once he realizes that once Terrence and Philip get killed, he's able to go up and bring the 2,000 years of darkness. But not only that, his partner Saddam Hussein um, is all for going back up and causing more mayhem. But it's also they're in a complicated relationship. Saddam basically just wants to fuck a lot, whereas Satan doesn't. He just wants to have like a normal relationship. We see Kenny there. He comes back as a spirit to Cartman twice to warn him about this stuff. And then of course there's all other shenanigans that go down. One thing that I found interesting that I didn't know until this rewatch, but the voice of Conan O'Brien in this is actually Brent Spiner from Star Trek. Yes, in case you don't know, I love Star Trek. I love everything Star Trek. And of course, I'm going to mention Brent Spiner because he's on Star Trek, has been on Star Trek. So obviously, I was going to mention that. But yeah, I definitely think that this has a contender to be a really great musical. It's definitely my favorite musical of all time. It goes this, then Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, then Les Mis and The Greatest Showman after that. Like, I'm not a big person for like musicals, but this is a really fucking funny film and a really great musical to boot as well. I know a lot of people don't necessarily class it as a musical. I do, and it's honestly really great. And it's wild that it's been 25 years since the film came out this month. So, which was very, or rather, sorry, last month, which unintentional by me. But that is actually going to wrap this video up. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be back on Friday for another classic Doctor Who review.